Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. So WWDC was yesterday, and today we're going to basically talk about day one, how it went and what is new. I'm super excited for this as some pretty awesome stuff was announced. So let's go ahead and take a look. What we're going to do is watch the video on my iPad Pro right now. I'm going to kind of like pause it here and there to actually talk about it because the video flew by super fast. Let's watch it. All right, so it starts out with a nice little earth shot here and all of the memojis, and then it's just saying, oh yeah, we're gonna check out all the stuff that happened. Okay, cool. All right, iOS 14, so you can see, oh my goodness, I gotta pause already. This thing moves so fast. So now there's app library with the new iOS. You can kind of pair all the apps that are very similar to each other in little folders. You can kind of do this already. I'm just not exactly sure how this is going to be necessarily different unless it's like a whole separate screen called app library. But I do think it's a good idea because I have a ton of apps that are really similar to one another. It just makes sense to be able to put it in a library just like it is in this video. And then widgets on your home screen, so that's going to be really cool as well, just to have all that info readily available on the home screen. I think it's going to be really cool. 20 times more facts with Siri, so I'm really hoping she's a lot smarter now and is going to be able to compete with my Amazon Alexa. I love using my HomePods for Siri, so it's going to be really nice if this update just makes it a lot smarter. Cycling directions, I'm actually just getting into cycling, so this is actually going to be pretty cool if I ever need directions on where I'm going, which is probably going to be very often because I literally don't even know where I'm going in the car. I'm always using Apple Maps. I literally don't even remember street names because I feel like I don't need to know it because I have a GPS and a whole like map app in my phone. I just find it's kind of useless to memorize all that stuff if you have it on your phone. EV routing too, so I actually want to get a Tesla within a couple years now, so knowing where all the superchargers are and everything is going to be great right through the Maps app. Digital car key, which this one's really cool too. I just love the whole futuristic vibe of, you know, just coming up to your door, clicking a button on your phone, and boom, your car's unlocked. I think it's a really cool idea, and I can't wait to actually use it. Hopefully soon. You can scribble on the iPad Pros now, which is really cool. So instead of like typing everything, you can literally use the pencil and just type up like a note in the search bar, and then it will translate into actual text, and you can use that instead of using the digital keyboard, which I think is actually really cool for the people that like using the pencil a lot. Spatial audio with the AirPods Pro, now that is huge because it's just going to make the overall audio experience better. Oh my god, this video moves so fast, it's so hard to pause. The Apple Watch tracks dancing, so now when I'm dancing alone to some Taylor Swift in my room or something, it'll track it and know what I'm doing. There was a huge focus on privacy too, so you're just gonna feel more secure with your Apple products now because of how seriously they take the whole privacy thing within Apple. So I'm very happy with that because as a consumer, you know, I want my data protected. Cameras on your front door now have facial recognition. Now this just feels really cool because it's propelling us into the future. You know, as soon as I walk up to my door and it sees my face, it unlocks. That's awesome. And then I'm not sure if this is the case, but if you can add other people's faces and just be able to unlock it like that, that would be great. So if I have like friends that I'm inviting over, if I have their Face ID synced to my lock, gone are the days of me having to leave whatever I'm doing or cooking or whatever in order to go open the door for them. It's just going to see their face and open, and I think that's really cool. OS Big Sur, now it's going to be the newest macOS update, and I think it's an interesting name for sure. It's basically a redesign, and I think it looks really good. It definitely looks like a good update and a little more futuristic. Message effects on the Mac, it's not really something that I really use, but it is new. The customizable start page I think is going to be really cool. Just put your own background on there and just customize it so it feels more personal. I think it's going to be a really cool thing with all the apps and everything that you want to utilize very fast. Just have them right there, click them, and boom, there you go. It's nice and fast and easy and readily available. There's privacy reports now, so this is huge too because of that whole privacy thing that we were talking about earlier in the video. The fact that you can literally know when trackers were prevented from accessing your data and which websites those came from is huge because online security is such a big thing right now, and I'm glad that they're going this route. Translation in Safari, so you'll be able to translate pretty much anything from the sounds of it very fast, which is awesome. And then you can share code across platforms, so that's just going to give you that whole overall unison feel of all your products. Basically, the route that they're going is they want every product that you own to feel almost the same, even though they're different products. So if you go on your iPhone versus going on your Mac versus going on your iPad, they want it to feel essentially the same, even though they're all different. And I really like that because I definitely notice a change when I go from like my iPad to my Mac, for example. And now they're kind of minimizing that gap, and I think it's going to make just an overall way better experience when everything is pretty much much the same. And then the silicone chips, so they're going to be making their own chips, which is awesome. So that just means they're making the chips in-house right at Apple, and they're not relying on Intel. So that means they're going to be able to make better products faster because they're not relying on another company in order to make better computers. And I think that's going to be a great thing as well. So I'm definitely not buying the 13-inch that just came out. I'm probably going to wait for the next one, or a 16-inch refresh that'll probably come in a year or two, just so that I don't have old tech with the Intel chips in there. Please tell me it's still recording. Okay. Alright, now we're just going to take a little bit of a deeper dive into some of the photos that I found off of the internet that'll kind of show us what the software is going to look like. So the first picture here is with an iPhone, so you can see the app layout looks a lot better in my opinion. Like, it's just easier. It just looks easier to access apps that you want to use. And I think it just overall looks a little bit more aesthetic. Being able to enlarge apps that you want to have like more information on, just like the activity app in this picture, I think is going to be huge. And then the app library section again, so we can see all of those applications that are kind of bunched together if they're related. So that's going to be really, really good instead of having a ton of folders like I do on my phone, which I'll throw up a screenshot of my homepage. That probably gives a lot of you guys anxiety, and for me, it gives me a little bit too, but I think it's just easier because I bunch all of the apps that are similar. And I always get a lot of comments saying that, oh my god, man, like you have so many apps, and I'm like, yeah, I know, but I do have to make separate folders. So I think this app library update is going to be something really, really good and be able to make my phone look a little bit better. This one is pretty cool too. So this was a minor update, but you can see on here, if someone is calling you and you're using your iPad or phone, whatever, you're going to see a call bar that actually shows on the top of the screen, which I know isn't necessarily a big thing for a lot of people, but it's a lot better than that tiny little oval in the top left corner. There were so many times I wouldn't even remember if my call was still going because it was that little tiny oval and I just didn't really notice it. So having a big bar like that is going to be a lot better in my opinion for the whole like user experience. Now onto the Mac software, so you can see all of the apps have a bit of a refresh look. It's almost like a cartoony look, which I actually really like. And then you can see the widgets on the top right corner here, so you'll be able to put things right there so they're easily accessible, so you won't have to open separate things in order to access those things because they'll be readily available again. Everything is just saving time basically with this update, just having everything grouped together and the widgets and everything. It's just going to make things faster for you, and I really, really like that because there's so many times that I open so many things and it takes forever versus just having everything like right there and just clicking it. And then this picture here, you can actually put like your calendar, screen time, everything on the right side of your Mac, and that is huge because I wanted to start using the calendar app a lot more, and having it easily accessible, like I was saying, like right here in this picture, is going to be a lot better because I found on my Mac that I would never really open up the calendar app because it was just like an added step, and I know it's a first world problem to actually open up the application and everything, but having it like right there and I don't have to open anything is just so much faster, and I really, really like that. But yeah guys, that was pretty much it for WWDC day number 1. Day number 2 is today, and I will most likely be posting that video tonight or the next morning. So guys, leave a comment down below of what you guys thought about WWDC. I would say the biggest thing that I really, really like is just having the widgets on the home screens, and also the redesign of making everything look pretty much the same across all the devices. Just adds that whole feeling of that ecosystem and just makes it even better. But that's my thoughts. We'll talk about day number 2 today or tomorrow, like I was saying. Really, really excited for this update, and hopefully they release some product news or like a hint at a new product or something, because I really want the new iMac. Fingers crossed we get some news about it, but chances are we probably won't. But anyways, that is the end of the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you like and subscribe. The channel's at 937 subscribers right now as of this recording. We're almost at 1,000, and then once again, there is a $50 Amazon gift card up for grabs once we hit that 1,000 mark. All you have to do to enter is follow me on Instagram at Austin_meds. Send me a DM on there saying what you want to use the gift card for, and then I'm just going through all the messages and picking who I can impact the most, basically. But yeah, that is the end of the video. I hope everyone is staying safe and healthy. Have a great day, guys, and in the next video, we will be talking about WWDC day number 2.